Hi, thanks for joining me in the Listen Up Girl podcast. I'm your host, Zach Randall Friedman, and this is your LGBTQ plus news for Saturday, August the 22nd. Before I get into the news, I wanted to tell you about a brand new app. You know that feeling when you meet someone and you just click? That's what Gay BFF is all about. It's a new app built just for making friends, not dates, but actual friends in the LGBTQ plus community. Whether you've moved to a new city, you're looking to expand your current circle of friends, or you just want more queer friends in your life, Gay BFF makes it easy to connect with people who get you. Go to gaybff.app to learn more. Now let's get into the news. We have 6 stories today. A gay conservative group told trans people they're on their own. Conservatives are furious over a fake video that doesn't even exist. A new Frozen teaser has fans hoping for something Disney will probably never give them. A brand new women's professional baseball league turns out to be remarkably gay. Gillian Anderson is opening up about a relationship she had to hide as a teenager. And a musician calls out a stranger's double standard in, of all places, a gym sauna. So let's start with log cabin Republicans officially drop the T. So we start with the only political story of today, and it's a gut punch from inside our community. The Log Cabin Republicans, the group that spent years branding itself as an organization of conservative T people, building a more inclusive GOP, announced this week that it's formally nearing its mission. Going forward, the group says it will focus only on lesbian, gay, and bisexual issues. Transgender people are being dropped from its advocacy entirely. The group's president announced the shift in the column titled essentially a renewal of its national advocacy focus. Trans people can technically still join the log cabin. They just can't expect the organization to fight for them anymore. So let's be honest about what this is. Log cabin's record on trans advocacy was already thin at best. This isn't a group walking away from strength. It's a group formally aligning itself with the administration that has been attacking trans people as a central strategy and deciding that that's a fight not worth having. Younger members of the group said they openly don't feel the same obligation to defend the T as previous generations did. It's one reminder, not everyone who shares a letter in this acronym is actually in the fight with us. Next, conservatives are furious about a Disney story, and this isn't real. Okay, so we need a laugh, and this one delivers. A fake video started circulating this week confirming that Disney is making Mickey Mouse transgender. It came from an account called Mousetrap News, which describes itself in its own bio as, quote, real Disney news that is 100% fake, and it's by design satire. That has not stopped people from losing their minds over it. Comment sections are full of people vowing to boycott Disney over a cartoon mouse that isn't transitioning based on a joke that says directly in writing that none of its stories are true. We are not going to pretend it's a major headline, but it is a pretty perfect snapshot of where disclosure is right now, where discourse is right now. A fake mouse can send people into a full meltdown, while actual trans people fighting for actual health care and actual civil rights get told to calm down. Next, a new Frozen 3 teaser has fans hoping for Sapphic Elsa. So sticking with Disney for a second, but much more of a fun corner. Disney gave fans their first look at Frozen 3 this month, teasing Anna and Kristoff's wedding, a new ice welding villain, and very importantly, a new love interest for Olaf named Samantha. What Disney did not tease is a girlfriend for Elsa, and fans are once again hoping anyway. So let's be real with each other. It's extremely unlikely Disney turns its single most valuable character into an openly queer princess 3 movies deep. But the fact that so many people keep hoping says something about how badly this kind of representation is wanted at the very top of the mainstream. Frozen 3 doesn't hit theaters until November of 2027, so we've got a while to keep manifesting. Next, brand new women's pro baseball league is also, it turns out, extremely gay. So time for some real sports news. The Women's Pro Baseball League launched its very first season this month, the first professional women's baseball league in the U.S. in more than 70 years since the Major League immortalized a league of their own, folded back in 1954. 4 teams, Boston, New York, San Francisco, and Los Angeles, are playing in the inaugural season at a stadium in Springfield, Illinois. And here's the fun part. By some counts, close to a third of the league's roster is openly LGBTQ+, without players on every single team. That includes the league's very own first signed player who married her wife back home in New Orleans, and the number 1 overall draft pick who's become one of the most recognizable names in sport. Nobody in this league had to come out mid-career under a spotlight. They signed out from day one in front of fans and kids in the stands who get to watch it be completely ordinary. That's the whole point. Next, we go to Gillian Anderson opens up about the relationship she had to hide. So Gillian Anderson is getting candid about her past. The actress opened up recently about her first same-sex relationship, which happened to be when she was a teenager. A relationship she's described as secret and illicit at the time, something she had to hide completely. She talked about not having the language back then to fully define herself to be, something a lot of us can relate to no matter when we grew up. It's a small moment in the scope of a long and storied career, but it's the kind of story that matters. A reminder that visibility and language weren't always available, even to people who went on to become household names. And next, a musician called out a stranger's double standard in a gym sauna. So we're closing tonight with a small moment that says a lot. Musician Jordan Stevens, a longtime LGBTQ plus ally, described sitting in a sauna at his local recently with 2 straight men started talking about a night out at a gay bar. One of them said he actually liked the vibe. No aggression, felt safer than most nights out. The other admitted he wouldn't feel comfortable in a queer space because he wouldn't know what gay men around him were thinking about him. Stevens didn't let that slide. He pointed out the same way the guys were completely being fine being straight in spaces, doing exactly what the same thing to women. Yet you're willing to be in a straight place where you're doing the same thing to women, he told him. It's a small, ordinary conversation, but it's exactly the kind of pushback that actually moves people. Not a lecture, just a straight ally naming the double standard out loud in real time to another straight guy. Love that. So that's the 6 stories I have for you today, from conservative group abandoning trans people, to a fake mouse chasing real outage, to a musician calling out hypocrisy, one spa conversation at a time. This show matters. If this show matters to you, subscribe wherever you're listening, leave a rating and a review, and share it with someone who needs to hear it. Follow me along on Instagram at TheRealZachRE, and I'll be back here tomorrow with more LGBTQ news. Have a wonderful weekend.